Hello there.
Against all the evil that hell can conjure, all the wickedness that mankind can produce, we will send unto them only you. Rip and tear.
Test, alert, alert. Hello, everyone. I think everything's working. Sorry if I'm talking over the epic man in the music. I think that needs to go back down to one. I don't know. For me, it does. Yeah. Okay, back at it. Hey, look, I'm wearing a heart rate radiant monitor for entirely no reason whatsoever except the fact that I own the stupid thing. So yeah, I guess we'll see if that works. Seems to be working? Question mark. Those. Alright, so we left off. Yes, we have two jobs. Both going to food factory. We've got a long train, but it's all empty containers, so it's pretty lightweight actually. And I need to release the brakes because I'm sure it set them up by default. Yeah. Oh no, it actually did. Okay. This thing not running? That's the engine not running. engine being shut off. I didn't think it was that quiet. It's released all of my air. Yes. Brake pipe still says the brakes are on. Off. Off. They're still pumping up. Okay, yeah, there it goes. Okay. Just making sure. And handbrake was on. That needs to go off. Did I have the first car handbrake on too? I did. That. Did I have the second car? Okay, we're all good. No brakes. Who needs them? Alright, how's everybody doing? I guess I should have started with that, but I guess I'm not really expecting anybody to be there anyway. There, we are ready to go. Let's make sure everything's working. It looks like everything's working. Now, last time I used this heart rate monitor, which was like over a year ago, I didn't think my heart rate was that low, but maybe it was. I'm calm, collected. I did announce this on the Discord, right? Yes, I did. Of course, I announced it like 5 minutes before I went live, which is always the problem, but whatever. Okay. I would like to get the in-game radio, and I wouldn't have to play this media player game. Trying to get the right mix, although we'd be a lot more limited in what music we had. It's worth it, I think. Meant to put this train together on like the loading track so that we'd be set on a through track or the input track, one or the other. So it'd be the switches would be set up, but I ended up out here on the passing track in the passenger yard, which is okay too. But yeah, I think I was putting this train together in the dark, wasn't I? Trying to get used to this view with my character in the seated position. It's really annoying that I don't want to be up here, really. It's a little too high, and also you're standing when you're like this, and I feel like you should be sitting. But then this is just a tiny bit too low, but I'd be used to it. Let's try not to blow out the transmission. Twisted my left arm a funny way right before I started streaming, so that's hurting like hell up by my shoulder. Don't get old, kids. You start falling apart. Got a little bit of a late start. It's 2 o'clock already. It'll be okay if my neighbor doesn't call. That's 6, that's 8, that's 7. I remember how to drive this thing. I was working on some skins yesterday. I think I'm done with my Missouri Pacific Mopac freight car skins. I think I've got all the ones I want to do. I did want to do an ambitious skin for the tanker, but maybe I didn't update easy text. Maybe I gotta clear out some caches or something with Skin Manager, but it doesn't look like easy text is working on the tanker currently. Which is weird because it's definitely working on the caboose. Okay, that is 8th gear, right? You know, what's my speed limit? It's going down to 5, isn't it? Yep. I get to use the engine brake a lot here. It's pretty good downhill here. Went down to 7th for a stronger engine brake, but I don't think she likes it. I think we're gonna have to go back to 8th. I think the speed limit is 40 here, so we'll just cruise. Actually, it's gonna start going uphill now, I think. So yeah, we're going a bit of the long way to Food Factory. I think last time, if I remember correctly, we were contemplating whether to go the northern route or to back down the line and then go up that diagonal line, which is a pretty good shortcut, but I didn't really feel like backing down and zigzagging. Leaving the switch the wrong way down there for the next time I come through. Okay, now I need to down. Now she'll let me downshift. The iron mine. Okay, good. It's just the big steam engine that we don't have the rights for anyway. If it was a small one, I'd be maybe trying to do some kind of shenanigan to steal it, but thankfully the temptation is not there. Crossing. Morning. Okay, 70. Not that this thing ever does 70 anyway. It's pretty much maxes out at 60. That's even downhill because you can't let the reps get up to or over 100. So that really limits how fast you can go. Because 8th gear is it. There's no higher gear than both sticks all the way forward. Well, I say 8th. I think technically you could make up 9 gears. Now I feel like I need more power, but you really gotta wait till the tack gets down here before you can try to downshift without it just freaking out. Let's see. Must be going uphill a little bit. There we go. Like the tunnel acoustics. Pretty neat. They added so much with Simulator, it's amazing. I hope my mic is working good enough. Yeah, it is. I think. Sorry about that. Trying to see my volume sliders over in OBS. I think everything's working right. I think I still remember how to stream. Must be going uphill a bit. Still losing a bit of speed. Seventh now. There goes my oil temperature. Of course. Basically, the harder you make it work, the higher the oil temp's gonna creep up on you. Now, downshifting would help with the oil temp, but it would also make it slower. We're already down to 30. But I might need the power pretty soon anyway. I must be climbing. Forgot how long this tunnel is. Say grade. Oh, looks like it's gonna be evening now. Yeah, I got a downshift. Grade now, just speed limit's gonna come down, but it should be flattish here. Yeah, now we're starting to pick up. Up one more click. Like it's always battling between 1 and 2 for the volume level of the music. I bet I missed the speed limit sign. How fast were we? We're only doing 40. I'm sure it doesn't go down to 30 here. It could be 40, but not 30. Sure. Then it's gonna go up. Doing like exactly 40 right now, actually. It's going up to 50. Just can't really go up to 50 until the whole train gets past that sign. We got a pretty long train here. Not that we're going to be able to go up to 50 anyway, by the looks of it. Really can't be downshifting here. I'm up near max right now in this gear. So yeah, I suppose I should be filling dead air with some kind of commentary, but I don't really have much, and I should be telling you why I haven't streamed in like what, year and a half? I don't even know why. That's the answer to that. I just kind of fell out of practice with it. I don't know. I was going through some issues IRL, which didn't go anywhere at all. Long story short, but that's been over for a while. Just fell out of practice with it. And you know, I watch a lot of streams too, so. Yeah, that's a 7. So now I gotta try to stream a lot and see if anybody comes back. That I have many anyway. I don't know if I'm gonna be using the face cam much at all. It's annoying to get it just right. Everybody knows what I look like anyway, it hasn't changed. Speed limit wise, we can pick up some more speed now, but I don't think she wants to pick up any more speed. Not really. Trying to figure out if I can upshift to 8th, but I don't think it'll work too great. I'm barely getting up to 100 here in 7th. Attack. Gonna be doing 40 all the way to Food Factory by the looks of it. Let's see. Let's see if she'll go much faster. Well, lower revs is less fuel cost anyway. So if I'm gonna be putzing around at 40, I might as well do an 8th instead of 7th. Final Fantasy VIII music by my beloved. Now the speed limit's 50 anyway. Going a little faster. Speaking of Final Fantasy VIII, I've been watching through it Obviously, there's still going to be a lot to go, but I know you guys probably don't watch VTubers at all, but Iron Mouse, the main VTuber of VSojo, I think she actually owns VSojo, or at least she made it. I don't know. Anywho, she's always doing different collaborations with Connor, who isn't a VTuber, so that's always interesting. Connor, aka Monkey. But anyway, I think the story goes that he was doing some kind of skiing stream, and Mousy made a bet with him what to do if he fell skiing, and then pretty much immediately fell. So she kind of forced him to play Final Fantasy VIII, which is awesome because it's her. I love that it's her favorite Final Fantasy. I don't find many people that actually like 8. And this guy Connor, he hates story-based RPG type games, so it's hilarious. He needs to do something about his ADHD, though. I will say that about him. I don't know if he's just playing a bit or what, but he's constantly trying to speed through the game. Unfortunately, I blame Mousy for this. She showed him the fact that there's a keybind to speed up time. So he's always got it on like ×3 multiplier. Speeding through everything, speeding through the dialogue, the battle system. It took him like... And he's marathoning it too. Like the first stream pod is like 12 hours. And I made it through it over the last few days. Oh, it must be picking up speed. I missed the speed limit sign. Yeah. That's bad. Okay, crisis averted. Wasn't paying attention. Yeah, we're on the final stretch down into the food factory. Yeah, because that was the switch. That was the switch for that diagonal shortcut line. Yeah, so we're downhill all the way. Tempted to go down to 7th, but I think the engine's going to stream too much. It would give me better engine brake if I went down to 7th, though. Nope. We're going to blow up the engine if we do that. Which brake did I just put on? I wish that main reservoir gauge, not main reservoir, the brake reservoir gauge was just a little bit bigger. I can barely see it. Yeah, we're still going a little too fast. Now we can dodge it. I'm not the best at train handling. Anywho, it is pretty funny watching him play it because he doesn't like story-based RPGs, and he has such a hard problem with things that take time, I guess is the best way to describe it. He's always speeding through the GF animations, will never boost any GF ever, probably through the entire game, because he's too intent on speeding through it and complaining about how long it takes. It takes a long time, first off, because it's a pretty animation, and they wanted to show off the graphics that they were just becoming capable of doing. And second of all, You're supposed to boost the GFs during the animation. See, and he refuses to do it. He doesn't. He's become aware enough to the point that he knows he'll never remember to boost, so he doesn't even learn boost on the GFs anymore because he knows he'll never do it, which is kind of funny. Okay, where are we going? Should have checked this. D2, C4 first. Okay. I think we should be set. Wait, no. Is that I left it set to the passenger yard? Oh, actually, I haven't been here yet. So I didn't leave it set to the passenger yard. I just haven't been here yet. Hold on. Somebody messaged me. Oh, right. She had her... I forgot again. My mom had some injections in her back because she's been having a lot of pain. What else is new? Okay, so I need to back up. And it's dark, yay. That's what I always wanted. You there yet? Thanks. Okay, so dead center is what? 5. Wait a minute, that's... Nope. Wrong. I'm not gonna make it in time. Ooh. Right, I remember now. One is on the right from this end. I usually come in from the other end, you see. Triple triad. Connor is starting to learn the triple triad game. I'll admit, as much as I love Final Fantasy VIII, I never figured out the card game much. A little bit, but not much. If it stayed simple, just, big number beats small number, I would be okay with the card game. But there's so many other rules that get added on. There's same, there's different, there's plus, there's elemental. Well, elemental's not too hard to figure out if you put a card that doesn't match the element on the board, it gets a -1. That's not that hard to figure out, but the other rules, oh man. And of course, Connor knows nothing about how the rules can change, and if the person you're playing cards with says, let's mix this rule and that rule, you say no. You don't say, okay, let's play. Because that's how rules change, and like there's certain rules that you do want to spread and other rules that you don't want to spread. It's very complicated. I can't blame him much for not wanting to do much with the card game. Although using the card ability to turn enemies into cards and then refining the cards into magic, that's a way to keep you from having to draw so much. Which I'm guessing he'll eventually figure out. Okay, I think we're here. No, I remember. First 5 cards I gotta pull out to D2, right, so I gotta actually pull forward a little bit more. Well, I mean, the whole thing probably is fitting right now. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 73. Up to 5. I think should be fine. Find out, I guess. So 2 handbrakes, because it's still a pretty long string of cars back here. Can I do that? Knew there was crossing there. Let's see where it was. Oh. Nobody's here anyway. It's fast enough. Or it's had to get dark before we got here. Oh, there's the end. Damn it. Pass the switch. Yes. Now the neat thing about this spot for switching is it's uphill that way. So if you blow the air like I just did to stop and then let it recharge, as soon as it starts recharging, it's just going to start rolling right back down the hill on its own. Which is pretty slick. Okay, I'm going to actually, although with the manual transmission that this thing has, the DM3, it starts rolling backwards and it's still in forward. Even though the throttle's not on, you're not going to damage the transmission, but it will stall the engine, I think. And also the biggest problem is I can't really move the shift lever until the wheels stop moving, so I kind of have to stop just so I can put it in reverse, which is a little annoying. I think. Let's see. Okay. that shouldn't damage anything if the throttle's not on, I would think. But the problem is, it's a manual, but there's no clutch pedal. I guess thankfully. So since there's no clutch pedal, I'm guessing you really got to make sure you're stopped before you touch that reversal. I think. Not too sure about that actually. Okay, that's enough speed. That's enough speed because I got to go back there. See if the switch is thrown right for 2i. If it's probably not. Actually, I didn't check to see if the game really wanted to troll me. This switch would have been turned for this stupid little siding, but looks like we're fine there. Okay, straight. That's 2i, right? Oh, we're good. Okay. I never switched the headlights. Excuse me. I'll start yawning. I slept enough. Why am I yawning? I think I slept enough anyway. I feel like I did. At least I felt like I did, I should say. Let's find out if I did this right. Shut the engine down here. Because I got some job sheets to go through. This can just be one. Brake. Handbrake. There's some job sheets to go through, and I'd like to sleep through the night. So. Let's move up a little bit, make sure we're broken free. I think I might have said something about being surprised that shutting the electrics off doesn't kill the engine. Now, I wasn't thinking too good when I said that because I know this too. Diesels run off compression, so diesel engines don't need spark plugs, so they will keep running without electric. But I will say that for some reason you can start the engine without turning the electrics on, and that you should not be able to do because starters are electric. Unless it's an air starter, and it sure as hell doesn't sound like an air starter. Let's get paid. Let's see. Okay, they gave me 84 minutes, and we did it in 40, and that was with doing way under the speed limit for a lot of it. Very nice. Okay, 15 for that. What did we make from the other one? I forgot to look. Almost 10, so like 25,500. That's not bad for just a bunch of empty containers, you know. Empty containers are usually not worth squat. But that's the advantage of playing unrealistic is the pay scale does get bumped up to make up for how long it takes to do things and how much harder the difficulty is, I guess. Okay, so that's going to be unload. Unload. Always do load first. Unload. Or empty containers. Jeez. Yeah, these aren't worth much, but you know, it's still money. Okay, load. Ooh, long 2. Damn near 750 tons. That is pretty heavy. Don't think we can do that with the DM3. If it was level ground, like if this was a harbor and they gave me like an 800-ton loading job, I could just do it with the DM3. But in order to get from the loading track to the sea yard, which is where the output's going to be, you need to either go up the hill that way or go up the hill the other way, and the 30 kilometer speed limit hill. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do it. All right, I think I can shut this down because I'm gonna go to sleep and then it should be daylight, right? Oh yeah. Is there a real bed here too, or is it only the couch? Any of these bigger stations that have it upstairs, yeah. Sleep in a real bed. 7:30, sure. If I wanted to like spruce up the locomotive a bit, we could put some items in there. Any like items that you grab out of the stations or whatever and stick in the locomotive, as soon as you exit the game and come back, they're all gone. So it's pretty silly to do, but you can do it. I found something that I really want. Fan. Oh, actually, the DM3 doesn't have a fan. Oh, right, I have a second lantern, and I keep forgetting. That's supposed to be the one that stays in the locomotive. Oh, God. Yeah, sleep through the night. It's a good idea. Yeah, unless the freaking fog rolls in and you can't see more than 2 feet in front of you. Derail Valley Simulator. Okay. My feet's looking like 5,600. And my feet tolerance should be plenty higher than that. 7,600, yeah. Okay. Should be able to do the loading jobs at the very least. Okay, so we're looking for 4 gondolas that are going to be split up between 2 tracks. Jesus. Is that the only loading job I found? Oh, wow. Yeah, the only other loading job was this one. It's going to be too damn heavy. And I don't have long 2 yet either. Let's see. I don't remember what licenses I have right now, actually. Don't have logistical haul yet. I think all I have is long 1, right? Yeah, because last time I was trying to decide... Oh, and I have concurrent 1. Yeah, last time I was trying to decide whether or not to even take long 1 and concurrent 1. I was thinking sticking to smaller jobs and keeping my copay down at $100, but I don't need to do that. I'm decent enough at the game, I think. So train length 2 is 20,000, concurrent jobs is 20,000, and the 060 is I think 20,000, which is really what I would love to get. But there's no point in buying the 060 license until you can find one somewhere. Media player, please. Why are you having such a hard time? It's freezing up. Come on. I think it's done. Froze. I looked over at the. It's okay. Like the bit of the desktop under the media player was had like a big black square under it, and I'm like, oh boy. Then I moved my mouse over it, and it was just an hourglass. But I think it recovered. It is a long playlist that it's playing. I need to I need to go through that and get rid of some of the songs. I think because there's a lot of songs that I skip every time I hear it, or they're too quiet or too loud. So I do appreciate people giving me music, but at the same time, it gets to be too much. See a gondola over there. So we're just putting 4 gondolas together. That's it. I think they're all here. Oh wait, no, that's output. Boy, this fog is no joke. Let's see what locomotives we have down at the end too. These are loaded, right? Yeah, it's a pretty hole. Now there's my new Missouri Pacific one that I haven't released yet. I think I'm pretty much done with these Missouri Pacific cars, so I guess I just want to see them naturally in game a couple times. Okay, this track is empty. So, guessing it's either all going to be in D yard or that stub, that one A track that you can only access from that end. So there's probably going to be a couple cars in there. Okay. Well, I did see gondolas here. S, I think so. I'd light this up, but that ain't gonna help. Flashlight would help, probably. Okay. So it's gonna be one S here, and then either something in D or that A track. Just 2 D2s here. Alright. And I don't have MU. So. Hey, this. I haven't been to food. This isn't due then. Oh, and the pit is not filled in anymore, thankfully. But it used to always be any place that had a turntable. The first time you went there, it was always not lined up. It was like just a little troll of the game. Oh, you're gonna drive up to the turntable without checking it first? Nope, not lined up. But this one is lined up, and I'm pretty darn sure. Yeah, this is a new save on the stream. I haven't been here before, so interesting. I can get water here because they added water spigots everywhere, but not cold. So I'm not running steam anyway. But if I was, I gotta check the shop. What's some food factory? Oh yeah, I gotta buy the keys for the hand cart. Very important. 3S, 4S. Oh, here's some gondolas. What's the job number? There they are. So, oh, that's gotta be right. There is another. There's a big job with gondolas. That's too big for me, I'm sure. Yep, there's more 06. So the 24s are on this end. Yep. It's just 1, 2. Yeah, there's only 4 cars total, I think, or 24. So we're either going to have a couple of 24s up at this end, or it's going to be A, probably. Or there is something on that C1 track, too. Yep, that's all 06. So those cars we really need to grab from that end, just so we don't have to dig them out as much. So I could grab the cars from that end, and then yeah, stick them on the loading track, and then go through C yard to run around, I guess. Because the other empties are probably gonna be. I don't know. There's. That's just one gondola. That's not gonna be it, because I need. There's only 2 pickups for this, and there's 2 cars on that track, so that means the other pickup is going to be 2 cars. So that's got to be an 06 there. Or it might even be some wacky little just halt. I don't think so. Yeah, that's 06. That's just, wow, 2-car logistical haul. That's interesting. Surrey Pacific. Hey, the sun's coming out. Good. Start being able to see again. Okay, so it's got to be C1, the other 2 cars. Well, you know what? Let's, while the engine's shut down still and I'm waiting for the sun to come out, clear things up. Let's get those keys for the hand cart. Yeah, these are my other 2 cars. Oh, yeah, there's 2 cars there. So now that I know that I don't need any cars off that A track, I'll probably back out of here, come up here through the passenger yard, grab these 2 cars, and go up and grab the other 2 cars on the loading track. That works. I'll work it from that end then. Yep, 24. I can't hop fences because I can't dash. I like that though. I like having to figure out the correct way to walk around. I think the only thing... Oh, sorry for yawning. I don't know why I am. Shouldn't be that tired. Should I buy the flashlight? 2 things about the flashlight. One, most of the time, I kind of prefer the lantern. But when I do need the flashlight, I like to have it. That's the thing. 5,000 pearl pops for a sheet. And the other thing with the flashlight is when you do use it, you gotta remember to charge it either in the sun or on the caboose. And we don't have the caboose yet. Guess I'll grab it as well. I got the money. Yeah, I got the money now. Okay. I don't really need to carry those around. The flashlight, sometimes I put it on 7, but it's kind of where I like to put the job sheet, so I'll keep that in my inventory there. I gotta put that in the engine. And that. So we're sticking with our DM3 for now. It's a pretty good locomotive. I like it. A lot of people don't like it because it's kind of slow, and it is. It's a slower locomotive, but it's got so much grunt. You might be stuck going pretty slow, but you're not going to be stuck not moving. Usually with that thing, because it's got so much good grunt in the low gears, you can usually drag your way out of just about anything. Not gonna go fast, but you're gonna move. Why am I yawning? Okay, this stays in the locomotive. This one stays on me, and that's the one that's locked into that position. This. Not that we can turn it on, but we can pretend. Oh, it's a little too big to fair. What's that? Can't turn it though because it's too big to fit if it's turned. Probably make more sense back here then because then it would blow on your back. Yeah. Wait. Doesn't fit. fits if it's hanging off the edge. That's gonna last about 2 seconds before it falls off. Just have to keep it down on the floor. We'll see. I can see a little bit better. This should be enough. There we go. Hitbox is a little wonky on this thing. Trying to get it back further on the shelf so it won't freaking fall off. Yeah, look how much room there is. We can do anything with it anyway. Just some ambiance. Let's see if we can get away without that cab light. It's just a nicer, softer light. Should just be on regular daytime lights then. Could have backed through the loading track here to run around, or what I'm going to do is I'm going to run around through the passenger yard, I guess. Yeah, either way, or the other empties track is open, and we'll go through the passenger yard. As well, it's not like there's any passenger trains yet. Third gear. Going downhill, and it's having a harder time moving in third gear than usually when I start from the stop in third gear. Let's see. I'll go fast anyway, because I got another switch to throw here. Now she wants to be. I'm just gonna take whatever track it lets me take without having to stop and turn a switch, because it doesn't matter. There's nothing on any of them. Wouldn't have to do that if it had a freaking bell. Hey. Oh yeah, we put the end of training device, the red lantern, on the end. It's still there. Nice. I forgot we did that. Wait. That didn't go in the spot where I wanted to put it, I don't think. Oh. That's where I want it. I might use this for shunting, actually. Not for loading, but for the unloading. Yeah, if anybody's watching this, usually watches Heist, I'm kind of the complete opposite of him as far as train handling is concerned. Very slow and conservative, and he's just notchy always, forever. Which makes for a lot more entertainment than me, but yeah. Yeah. I think I mentioned this before though, but he does railroading work IRL. You know, he's a real engineer and everything. So when he plays a game about trains, then he's kind of goofy about it because he can't be goofy in real life about it. But I'm not working on the railroad IRL. It's not anymore. I did a while ago, long time ago. So I treat this like I'm really working. So that's why I play differently. It's just the way he does it is much more entertaining. Say that. If I didn't turn off the dash completely, oops, I'd be doing some, car kicking and whatnot. I don't know if I'd still do any kind of Dutch dropping. I don't know if that's really legal anymore. He's always trying to. He almost, not quite, but he almost Like with switching and stuff, he almost does things the wrong way on purpose just so he can try something really goofy like a Dutch drop, but not quite. I think he's just not quite thinking ahead time enough, which is fine. I mean, it's the way most people play this game. But, makes for good entertainment. I love how the Dutch drop almost never works, too. It did this last episode of this that I watched, but that's the fun part. That's the really fun part, though, is he tries something wacky, and a lot of times sometimes it does. Now, these are these gondolas, which I can't really jump onto to ride, so I gotta be careful. They really need to add some grab bars and ladders, and more importantly, make them work. I'm surprised they didn't do that with Simulator, actually. With all the other stuff that they added with Simulator. Why is that turned? This is where the handcart's gonna come in handy. I'm gonna have to run up here. Throw this at the very least. If I had the handcart, I would have just wandered in and just rode up to throw the switches. No, but I can just slowly creep up to that one. That's something I hope. I never really type in comments, but I hope somebody clues in on saying, "Hey, Ice, you really need." He's playing on realistic, but unlike me, he didn't turn off dashing completely. He's playing on the default realistic, which still gives you like a 1 meter dash. You know, you can dash just right in front of yourself, basically. So if you mash the hell out of the dash button, you can still kind of fast travel a bit. But he's gonna break the F key off of his keyboard doing that eventually. But he really needs to get the hand cart so gets that, which he's so useful for a lot of stuff, especially in the big yards like the harbor. I don't even know if he knows the hand cart really exists. He knows a lot about the game, but then sometimes he surprises you with not knowing about something. Like, I'm pretty sure he still doesn't really know that there's a watch, the pocket watch in the harbor. I don't think I've ever seen him use it. Which, I mean, is fair. It's not really all that useful. I like to always have it, but I can understand not really using it. I don't like the way they changed the timer on the pocket watch, by the way. I mean, they added an alarm hand so that you could set an amount of time for the alarm to go off, which is cool. But the problem is, let's see if I can explain this correctly. Yeah, the problem is that the watch shows the in-game time, which makes sense. It should show the in-game time. So the alarm is going to tick off with in-game minutes too. However many minutes in-game is a minute IRL. The formula is, but I was going to get the hour minutes either way. But so the alarm you're setting for in-game time. So you can set it to go off in an hour in-game. The problem with that is when you have job sheet with a time limit, like this one has 104 minutes, that's real life minutes, not game minutes. So you should be able to set the timer on the pocket watch for real life time. Because that's what matters for the jobs, you know, for the for this, the 104 minutes on here. And that's really the only reason why you would ever use an alarm, I think, on the stopwatch, is so that you can look at the stopwatch and it'll go off when you run out of time, so you can have a better idea of if you're going to make the time bonus type thing. I mean, you can still look at the stopwatch and say, oh, so many minutes have passed, yada yada, but well, even then, it's not really very good for that because, once again, it's in-game time, not real-life time. I don't know. I like the way that the mods worked for the stopwatch and overall. First off, there was settings so that you could change it however you want. Still facing backwards. Hold on. That's supposed to be 3, but whatever. So first off, with the mod, there were settings so that you could change it. Oh, still, it's obscure. Oops. And the way I always had it set up was that if the timer wasn't running, it would show in-game time. But if you set it to go off at after a certain number of minutes, that would be in real life time. So that, you know, if you have a job that says 104 minutes, you could set it for 4 minutes, that kind of thing. But back then with Overhauled, it was more like you had to set it for like 10 minutes. So I can keep driving around the 6th gear. Yeah. I don't know. I can see why they did it the way they did it, but I don't know what the only real answer I can think of that would really fix it completely is when you first start a save game, you can select how long you want time to last. Like, I think daytime lasts 2 hours, realistic mode, but you can change the time scale so that it's 24 hours. So if you set it to 24, then in-game time and real-life time is exactly the same speed. And then you would completely get rid of the problem of the alarm being not very useful. But the downside, of course, is that, you know, 12 hours of real life time that you're playing the game, it's going to stay light. And same thing for dark. But you can still sleep to pass time. So I don't know. I thought about setting it to that for this playthrough, but I wasn't sure. I was mostly worried about getting stuck in the dark for way too long, just raining for way too long. Real life hours and hours of rain. I don't know how much I would like that. I don't know. Maybe I'll try it on like Sandbox or something, see what it feels like. This is the right track, right? I think so. I'm good we didn't knuckle into these because I didn't want to. Oh, I didn't hook up the air yet. That's why we don't have air, you see. Ain't got no air. Let's see something. I thought I fixed this. Really? The damn squares for the buffers are still there. I thought I got rid of that. Remove all traces of buffers. Chains. No? Oh, did I not take off the hand? I didn't take off the handbrake. Oh. sure why I stayed in the cab for that, because I just gotta run up and throw the switch, but you know, whatever. Not that big a deal. What's this, Metroid music? Oh, more. Oh, oh, more, right? Kind of sounds a little bit like Metroid, right? I never really played Metroid, so there we go. Just heard the music before, basically. So there's this little tiny ledge here that I used to. If I had dash, I would be able to dash and stand on this little ledge. But without dash, I can't get on it. And if the cars are moving at all, I try to jump on the couplers and I just fall off. I can't stay on. So that's not considered a platform anymore. It used to be, which is slightly annoying. Put the independent on. She's but alright. Now we just gotta start the job. Oh man. And on the list of don't get old kids, my jaw has been killing me for like a while now. The jaw joint, you know, TMJ, I guess they call it, like right up by your ear. Most of the time, you don't notice it. Like eating, even, and talking, you don't really notice it. But if you have to open your mouth much bigger than that, then you really feel it. And you know, it's especially bad if you yawn because you're not really controlling yourself when you yawn. You know, you just kind of do it, open your mouth wide, and then all of a sudden you, especially closing your mouth, then it really hurts. I was supposed to go to the dentist to get my teeth cleaned like last week, and I could tell I couldn't do it. Because you know, when you're going to the dentist, you not only do you gotta open and close your mouth a lot wide, you gotta hold it open wide, and there's no way I was gonna be able to do that. Oh, really? Oh yeah, I spent that much in fuel just getting these cars together. All right, annually service. What? Wait, let me just make sure. You do pay double here, but what's my copay? Does that... This always confuses me. Does that mean I only have 5,700 left on my copay to pay? I don't think so. Let me see. No. Okay. It's gonna make me pay the whole thing. So that means I can manually service for 4,100. So service. It's save $1,000 basically. Which $1,000 is $1,000. Like Heist is just starting to understand that. He's so used to always having insane fees and having to pay them off at the manager, usually what he is he's like billions of dollars in debt and he just pays off enough so that it lets him take a job. Although with this playthrough that he's doing now, some simulator job, he is trying to play a lot more seriously and not be, billions of dollars in debt. It's nice. Oh really, you shut off the engine even though I didn't actually pay to service it. Come on. And set the handbrake in. And put it in neutral. Oh. That is not what I meant to do. Close. Oops. Still not close. I know there's a crossing, but it's way out back here. Not like there's anybody here anyway. Good. I thought this would maybe be a longer stream because I don't think my neighbor's gonna call me today because well, the temperature is nicer and it's not as humid outside, but it kind of looks like it's trying to rain. But I might not stream as long today just because for some reason I'm pretty tired. I don't know why I'm so tired, but I feel like I slept enough. Oh, it's the damn sander on. I hate that. Just trying to work this stuff. If I get a little closer to that sand wheel, I'll turn it and not realize it right away. I'm barely using it. Still, it's crazy. I'm also really good at hitting all the wrong things. That's dyslexia, or I don't know if you really call it dyslexia. Dyslexia is usually just like letters and numbers. I'm good at scrambling things up like that. On a bell. There's my fuel cap right there. Other side right now. A little bit more. It's kind of a long stretch still. Still on? Yeah. You can service it with the engine running, but since it's constantly using just a tiny bit of fuel, then you never get that perfectly satisfying. There we go. I'm surprised they damaged the wheels that much. $650. I never slipped them. Just from normal wear and tear. Yeah, just a tiny little slipper. They did balance out the costs of repairing powertrain stuff a bit. When they first came out with the DM3 simulator and stuff, this fee was way too much. I always felt like I was doing something wrong driving it, and I was like, it's hurting the transmission or something. It was just, they fixed it. It was just scaled up a little bit too much. 3920. At 3920, and I think at the machine it was going to be over 7,000. Right? I still got to pay off emissions. That'll pick up the difference, I guess. Okay. Guess I should pay it off now. Pay it off and start the job, yeah. Anytime, anyway. And the job's right here. Before I started streaming, I let it get way too warm in here. It was like 80 degrees, so then I turned down the thermostat to like 73. That was probably a little too much. It's the actual temperature in here. 75. Set it at 75 and put it back on Energy Saver. See how that works. I'm always battling with this air conditioner. I'm always trying to run it as cheaply as possible, but not let the room get up over 78 degrees. It's a little tricky. And the weird thing, I guess, because the humidity is a lot better today. As soon as it gets down to like, what is it? I think I just looked at the remote. It was like 75 degrees, which isn't that cool. But it's starting to feel a little cold in here, I guess, because the humidity is down, which is nice. So I'm going to turn it up to 76. See, that's what I did before, though. I turned it up to like 76. And the problem with that is now, you know what's going to happen? It's going to get up over 80 before it kicks back on, and then I'm going to have to turn it back down and then get mad at it. Yeah. Oh, right. I was going to pay off this. Oh, it's only $78. C3. What's this? $28. Wheels on what? Is that the shunter that I never paid off before? C362. Oh. Did I pay it? Okay. Oh, 11. That must be what I'm running right now. Interesting. Well, how much money do I have? I have 31,000. Since everything's paid off nice and clean right now. Is there a license I want to buy? Well, there's concurrent 2 or long 2, I guess. Reach 20,000. I think I'm gonna get one or the other though, because. Oh, and then there's what's logistical haul actually. Did I only need concurrent 1 for if logistical haul is ready to be bought? I'd like to buy that. That only needs concurrent 1. Yeah, I'm gonna buy that. Because that you can actually make a decent amount of money just moving empties around. If there's not much. Actually, I might not buy that yet. It's the only empties that are here. Although I got a ton of unload jobs, right? Yeah, I'll buy it. But yeah, you can make decent money on logistical hauls. I mean, the empties do have to get back to where they came from. So somebody's got to do it. But it does bring down the time bonus. They've given me so much time anyway. Oh, what am I doing? That doesn't go in there. I'm watching too many other people play Derail Valley. I keep my licenses in here. Although I think if I just put it in that bin, that would end up here anyway. It only actually gets deleted if you toss it in the dumpster. But anyway, I like to keep this stuff, and then when I get the caboose, I load it all up to the caboose and all those little drawers and stuff. I mean, why not, you know? Okay, so this is started. Ready to go. We are going to C20. So we might as well set the points on the way out so I don't have to do it later. You know, there's a boxcar pack skins. Say that in the right, those words in the right. But anyway, it would make like the green ones are New York Central, brown ones were probably Pensy and something else. There was a bunch of nice old, railroad skins. I made O&W and I made Mopac, but I'd love to see that get updated for Simulator. Now, if I want to just use it for myself, I still have the skins from pre-Simulator. I could just, pack them myself and use them, but I don't want to do that because I didn't make the skins. I want to let the person who made them do it. I really like the way that gondola came out, the white one. I didn't think I was going to like it, and it came out really nice. That's not released yet, by the way. Because I'm going to have to make a Erie pack, probably, and an LNE pack. Don't know if I'll make a New York Central pack, though, because somebody else, at the very least, made boxcars for New York Central, so I don't know. I'll have to do my research and figure out what New York Central cars were never made. They're probably flat cars because they're just going to be plain brown with just NYC on it, I would think. Unless they make them green. Could go with the green thing. Because New York Central did do green for a while, like towards the end of New York Central. Oh. 2. This side. This is where they want the gondolas to go. To loads. Alright, 1 is clear now, by the way. Oh, right, because I got the gondolas out of there before, so that's all I had to do. So all I have to do is throw the switch up there now. Alright. Slow and steady wins the race. Not surprisingly, my heart rate hasn't changed 1 iota. Been around 80 the whole stream, which and no reason why it would go up, I would think. I don't know why I'm wearing this stupid thing, just because I have it. I want to make sure it still works, I guess. Okay, everything's all serviced there. I'm checking it. Alright. I suppose I should stream like Minecraft or something and then go mining or something and then see if my heart rate does anything. Points. No? Oh, the electrics aren't on, right. I started the engine just fine. Wait, how is the starter for the engine not electric? But the horn is. It's just air? Whatever. God damn it, did I turn the goddamn sand on again? I did. Yeah, these controls are all a little too close to each other. I mean, it's good when you need it in a hurry, but it's a little too easy to hit the wrong thing, I guess. At least for me. Wait a minute. That's the starter. The only problem with working it from this end is the kiosk, or whatever you want to call it, for loading the cars is way down at the other end. Whatever. Stuck. It's doing nothing. It's nice. Did make the junction between these two sets of cars, right? Handbrake on those. I don't think I ever set a handbrake there. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh, it's right here, actually. It's not that far away. Did I turn it the right way? I guess I did. My brain was very indecisive about that. I didn't remember if I was loading or unloading for a second. It's starting to rain a little bit, of course. Oops, didn't drop the throttle all the way. That's what happens. A little bit of damage to the transmission. I don't think that little bit of grind does too much damage, but when you hear one grind and then you start freaking out and pulling all the levers and grinding a lot harder, then that's when you really damage it. That's me how I know. I've been too good with the grade crossings. It's okay, nobody's here. I let this go a little fast because I can't hop on this car. That was a little scary because I realized, like, if it was flat cars going that fast, I could deal with it a little bit easier. But since I can't hop onto those cars at all, that was kind of dangerous. Although it is going uphill that way, at least. I did drop the throttle, so I would have caught it eventually. Is this hill just as good where as soon as the air pumps up, it starts rolling back down? Yep. It's not quite as steep yet. It is a steep hill, but not until we get a little further up the line. I mean, just look at the track. You can see it climbing up. Come on, it's downhill, isn't it? this using from? Recognize it. Dark Tencho, Techno, Tencho, Tencho. That's Kiara. I thought I had got longer to go, but I didn't. It's a little bit of panic, but I think we're okay. Must be techno, right? Dark techno. Let's see, did we couple? Hey, look at that. I'm pretty sure I panicked on the brakes enough that we didn't do any damage to the cars, right? I didn't realize, for some reason. Yeah. For some reason I thought I had a bit further to go there. Oh, handbrake. Guess I gotta shovel this whole damn thing, don't I? That would have been the advantage of working it from the other end. I probably wouldn't have had to do that. Let me see. Do I have to? Yeah. Okay. Handbrake's all the way down at the other end. Oh, we can look at some box cars. Mostly plain still. That's my MP one that I just made. Happy with it. There's my own W one that's already released. Numbers on the MP ones work, right? Yep. And there's my MKT that I made a while ago. That's released too. Now, I probably could have just thrown it in first gear and shoved the handbrake down. Just shoved him with the handbrake on. I don't like doing that though. I know that's realistic too, what they do in real life. The brakeman's not going to run down a whole big long cut of cars. Just release one handbrake. They're just going to throw it in a notch, whatever, and shove through it. But, you know, that's damaging. Now, I don't think it's quite as bad now with the simulator, but I remember with Overhauled, if you shoved cars around without hooking up the air, for example, and this was back before they added the mechanic of the air bleeding out of the cars, so, you know, anytime the air was blown from a car, then the car's brakes were just locked down like you had the handbrake on, you know. That's just the way it worked at that time. So that there was a handbrake mod, but it was kind of pointless. But I liked it just for the aesthetics, I guess. But anyway, if you shoved the cars around with the brakes on like that, you could do it, especially if you had enough power. But you paid for it with the car damage at the career manager. Even if you only did it a little bit, you paid for it. It didn't cost that much usually, but yeah. Now with simulator though, now that the cars can have the air bled off so the brakes are released and then just have the one handbrake on, I don't think it penalizes you quite as much as if you shove through the handbrake, for example. I think it's a little more realistic like that. I know how to drive trains. Okay. So next is going to be lots of unloading. And I'm going to have the engine on the other side because I don't know when it's going to want to make me shove some empties on that A track. So I'm going to run around. Which I can do right here. Still reverse. No? Did I not release? I didn't release that. Good job. Yeah, sure, 5th, that's fine. Just started at 6 earlier today, so whatever. Put the lights forward, please. Actually, it's time to turn on the regular headlights too. So this is clear, right? Yeah. I gotta set some handbrakes. I'm gonna set the handbrake back at the other end, I think. That's usually the end of the yard that I work anyway, so. Actually, though, the gondolas specifically have to have a brake, so I'll set them at this end for now. I don't know if I'm gonna be taking these cars out anyway. I try to be a good yard man. Not piss anybody off. Hold on a minute. Hey, I yawned and stretched and talked to my mom for a second. My heart rate actually went up to like 91. Woohoo. At least I know it's working. Alright. No biggie. Just let me know that the insurance rates are going up. And it's like, yeah, everything goes up every year. That's just the world we live in right now. Everything goes up. And you're doing all you can to save money on everything, but the rates just keep going up. Like, she was talking about insurance, but like, for example, utilities. For around here, it's O&R. It's a utility company. We are definitely using less power, less gas. You know, last winter we had thermostat set pretty low to save on gas. But the bills were higher because the rates keep going up. We're not using more, they're just keep bumping up the rates. And it sucks. You know? Anyway, that's not what you guys are here to hear. Okay, so now we're on notes. Maybe I'll turn in my job at some point in time too. I know I got lots of time. Somebody's there. Hi there. Oof. Yeah, I've been there, done that in the beginning when I first started playing this, I guess. I'm pretty conservative with the way I drive. But yeah, I have done that before. Depending on your difficulty settings, it can really suck. How you doing? Actually, you caught me right before I need to stop streaming. I just realized that because I have somebody calling me at Zoom. On Zoom at 4 o'clock. I forgot all about that. I should have streamed today, but oh well. I got a few hours in. A little bit, 2 hours. I've been streaming this, the third stream? Second or third stream of it. I'm playing it a lot because I'm finally getting to do like a real playthrough of it now. I've been doing a lot of reskinning work and stuff. Mostly done with that now, so yeah. I'm actually playing the game for a change. I set the brakes on the other end, didn't I? Oh. Did I? Thought I pulled in from... Oh, that's weird. I could have sworn I came in this way and I set the brake there, but I must not have. Maybe I didn't. I never set any handbrake. We're lucky it's flat here. Oh, no, I set this one. Okay. Whatever. What's the most powerful locomotive? As for a single locomotive, it's probably still the DE6. But, the steam engine is damn close to the 282. If you know what you're doing with the steam engine, it's probably almost just as good as the DE6. Although with the DE6, now that you got the slug that you can add on, you get more traction. That really puts it back in the DE6 favor. The steam engine's still pretty good. I prefer to run steam when I can. Like I'm running the DM3 now, but as soon as I find the 060, I'm going to switch to that, I think. Because the license for it is super cheap anyway. Okay. As much as I want to keep going, I have to stop streaming here, so... I don't need to light that up, I'm just going into the station anyway. But yeah, this DM3 is a lot more powerful than you think. It's not fast. It's going to max out even running it light with no train behind it. It's not going to go faster than like 60-ish because you run out of gears, and if you over rev it too far, you're going to blow the engine. So it's limited by that. But in the low gears, it has a lot of really good grunt and power. You're not going to go fast, but you're not going to get stuck. D6 is 1340. Yeah, that sounds about right. And the steam engine's around 1,000, I think. Although I've done, if you're not trying to climb a hill with the steam engine, like coming out of Iron Mine West, for example, and going down to Steel Mill, where you're just going all the way down here, and then right there's only a little bit of hill here, but you can hit it with a lot of speed. And if you go around this way, then there's no hill. But anyway, I've pulled out of Iron Mine West and made it to the steel mill with, I want to say, 1,200 tons, maybe even 1,300 with just the 1282 steam engine. So, but that's because there was no hill to climb. And I think that might have been pre-simulator, so it might be different now. I've also, the thing I'm most proud about out is coal mine. This is a crazy steep hill, but you can hit it with a lot of speed. I've made it out of here with, I'm pretty sure I made it out of here with 1,000 tons with the steam engine, which is hard. But if you back around the loop and give yourself the best run up you can get and hit and get the most speed you can get, by the time you hit the hill and you got that the temperature of the steam engine at pretty much as high as you can get it, you can make it. Although that was before simulator, so maybe not anymore. I don't know. I haven't pushed myself that far yet. How much do I have? I have 11,000 now. But yeah, I think for this being only my third session, I'm doing pretty good. I got the DM3. I got the DM3 before I even left the steel mill in the very beginning of the game, because there was so much switching to do. A lot of people don't like to do switching because they think it's boring and stuff, but it's worth so much money. It adds up. These ones that I'm going to do next time, they're not worth much because they're just empty containers, but it adds up. But yeah, we're getting along pretty good. I got myself, I'll show you my licenses before I stop. Shunting, of course. Manual service. I just got logistical haul. Concurrent 1 and 2, train length. Oh no, I only have concurrent 1 and train length 1, right, okay. And that's pretty much it. But for playing unrealistic and this being my third session, I think I'm doing pretty good. Mallard A4, I don't think even before Simulator when we had custom car loader, nobody made one of those yet. Closest you would find, and it's not going to work now with Simulator until custom car loader gets updated, which is going to be a while. But closest I could find was, there's a German Pacific class locomotive 462. It was called the DRG Class 01. Beautiful, big driver Pacific locomotive, and with the red wheels and running gear and stuff, and that thing could go pretty quick. But it's gonna be a while before those come back. There is a mod that rearranges the wheels and stuff on the steam engine. I was tempted to try it, but I'm a little worried about it. It sounds like it's still kind of in development, and somebody was complaining about the draft lever moving on its own and stuff, and I was like, I don't want to try that yet because I've been playing on realistic mode so much. But I might add that just for messing around with Sandbox and see what it's like to change the wheel arrangements. And I think he's even starting to add smoke deflectors and stuff to the stock 282, which is pretty neat. Anyway, I have to go. Yeah, I got a call coming in 8 minutes, so I gotta go. Thanks for showing up. I should be streaming again. I don't really have any kind of schedule right now. It's been during the day every day, at least, but maybe tomorrow, unless something comes up. Tomorrow or the next day. It's probably still going to be DB, Derail Valley. I do want to start branching out into some other games, but right now, Derail Valley is the game. Anywho, see you guys around. Later.